Hello everyone! I am the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. It's Monday and I'm in a good mood because all that stuff that was stressing me out last week got resolved today. Yay! Which means I am no longer paranoid and nervous and all those awful things. And so I was like, I want to do something fun. I will stream. And I thought maybe what we could do tonight would be to work on some potential, like, what do you call it? Emotes. I thought it might be nice to make some, maybe work on some emotes and just see if we can come up with anything. So I've got one in mind that I want to start with. I'm taking suggestions. Now, unfortunately for me, I actually thought that after we reached the last goal that I would have more emotes available on Twitch. I checked today. Unfortunately, I don't. The only emote slots I have available, I have a tier 3 emote slot, which I don't think anyone's ever going to use. And I have bit emotes, but I don't know how bit emotes work. And so those are empty. But you know, once we worked on it for a little bit, I could show y'all some emotes that we've currently got, and we could say like, oh, that one doesn't get used, blah blah blah. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. I need to go to the desktop. Desktop with the chat is this one. There's my desktop. Let's get some music going. There's the music. Is it going? Desktop audio? Alright, there should be music happening. I can't hear it though. Okay, there's music very quietly happening. Now, it's only set to like less than half strength because I don't want it to be too overwhelming. But let me know if it's too powerful or anything like that. There we go. Alright, so let me go ahead and open up my drawing program. Boop. There it goes. Oh, very exciting, very exciting. Yes, I am so very happy that we got that resolved because, man, I was so stressed last week because of it. To just kind of briefly explain, I think I talked about why I was having problems. But, oh, also let me know if the audio is, like, my voice is coming across properly. I kind of have to move the mic in a weird place to have it while I'm drawing. So, just let me know. Let me start by explaining what I want to do for the first one. So, I was thinking it might be kind of fun to have an emote that is me with like a big brain kind of and like nerd glasses for like, you know, big brain moments where it's like I'm thinking I've thought of something very clever. I thought that would be kind of a fun like emote to have. So that's the one I want to start with. Oh, now it's too loud. What the heck? We're going to be listening to the soundtracks from various Mana games today. So this is from Seiken Densetsu 1, aka Final Fantasy Adventure. This is actually the final boss music. It's a really cool song for the final boss theme. Right, so let me give myself a big old head. Big old head. It's kind of like a tree. Big wide mouth. At the arcade playing the Flintstones pusher. Awesome. Good luck pushing the Flintstones, Cyber. The other cool thing about this particular rendition of this song is that, like, it's got this part that's going on right now with, like, the guitar part. I love, yeah, big brain emote. That's the goal here. Big old brain. I love, like, Spanish guitar. I always think it sounds so good. Like crackling lightning around it. Oh, this is fun already. Already having fun. I love making emotes. They're so much fun. I just wish it was easier to, like, get it so that you can use them online. Did I give myself like a little pipe, you think? Oh, like... So the comb is like the corpus callosum? I don't know what that is. That's too big brain for me, Cyber. Let's learn. Let's learn what Cyber was just talking about. What is the corpus callosum? Corpus... callosum? The primary commiseral region of the brain consisting of white matter tracts that connect the left and right cerebral hemispheres. Yes. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. It's the connective tissue between my lobes. Between my lobes. That's really silly already. Really silly already. Love it. Yeah, I was trying to think of other things that we could do for emotes. One that kind of is elusive for me, admittedly, because my beak never opens. I never open my beak in any of my illustrations. Is some sort of like laughing emote. And so what I was considering doing was making a laughing emote that uses Maria instead of me. And I think if we do that, what we could do is do it as an animation. Like a sprite animation, like the way I normally do. Yeah, knee slapping works, except, like, it's gotta... I'm concerned it wouldn't be as apparent with chicken legs, you know? Yeah, more Maria. I feel like I don't have enough emotes with her. And I don't have any animated emotes with her, so I thought that might be kind of fun. Plus, I can show y'all how my how I do the pixel animations, because the program I use for it, Piskel, Piskel, works really well. I strongly recommend it. I actually learned about Piskel from this thing that the people who made Shovel Knight put out, called the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. It was like it was this huge offering of like resources that they used when they were developing Shovel Knight, and they were just sort of like, we use these. Do you want them? Here they are. And I was like, yes, I would very much like that. And one of the things was Piskel. And it's super helpful. Gotta get this spiral right. Speaking of chicken, I actually got some chicken patty sandwiches today. Were they good? Were they good? Were they delicious? I hope so. I hope they were. It's already really funny. I just can't get away from that hypnosis. I can't get away from that mindset of, like, if you want to draw like a nerdy guy, you have to have like the swirly Coke bottle glasses. I just think they're so much fun. Oh, this is coming out great. Oh, this is coming out great. Thank y'all for joining me for doing this. I really like making emotes. It's a little Squidwardy, I will admit. Squidward has a very pronounced head like this. That's the best of a Squidward as I can do. SpongeBob. SpongeBob. Let's see, what's this? Also, I don't know what you put on chicken patty sandwiches. But you put mustard and ketchup on your sandwiches. Huh. So was it like a chicken sandwich from like a restaurant, like a Chick-fil-A or something? Or was it something you made like at home? What sort of a chicken sandwich was it? Because I could see that for like something I got at like a restaurant. But if it's something I made like at home. Oh, it's store-bought paid. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Was it good? It was good though. We're listening to some Stone of Mana music now. I love Stone of Mana. That's Seiken Densetsu 3 Trials of Mana. I call it Stone of Mana because it's just a better name for me. Look how silly this thing looks. Oh, I love it. It's real goofy looking. I'm not convinced I like the swirls though. I'm not convinced I like the swirls. Let's see. Let's do it without the swirls first, and then add the swirls back in afterward. Let me get rid of the swirls for a sec. Y'all got any other ideas for emotes that you would enjoy being chickenified? Again, we don't actually have any space for it unless I can figure out how bit emotes work. But I am open to suggestions. But yeah, man, the soundtrack for Trials of Mana, Seiken Densetsu 3, Stone of Mana, it's just excellent. It's so diverse. It's got so many cool tracks on there and like a lot of different styles. Oh, hey, Ruguru. You like the anime glasses shine? Okay, that might work just fine. We'll check it out. How many people out there have actually played like the Mana series, like Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana, Legend of Mana, any of those? I think that they are great games. I was at the game store the other day, and they had you've played Secret of Mana on the SNES. Excellent. What did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? That's a really good one. Yeah, I was at the game store the other day, and they already had the what do you call it? The box for Visions of Mana was on the shelf, and I got so excited for a second. I'm like, oh, it came out! But no, it's not out yet. It's not out yet. Actually, let's look that up. When does it come out? Let's see. Mana release dates. 2024, sometime in the summer. Yeah. I want it to come out. I want it to come out, and I want it to be good. I really want it to be good. Like, Square has been doing better recently. Like, there's a long period of time where I was pretty much done with Square Enix, but like, they've done some pretty good stuff recently. You know, they just gotta hold it together and make fun games again. You know, they just kind of forgot how important it was to make fun games for a little while there. You loved that the ending wrecked you, because like emotionally or because it was challenging. Because that ending can be challenging. The Dark Lich can be a really tough fight. If you go into the Dark Lich fight and you, this is a little loud. Hang on, let me turn this one down. The tier emote pretty much gives it, yeah. It's pretty sad. I mean, that's a thing about a lot of the mana games, is that just about every mana game involves the death of the mana tree. In fact, I can only think of one mana game that's about the mana tree coming back to life, and that's Legend of Mana. Like Secret of... the first one, Final Fantasy Adventure, mana tree burns down. Second game, Secret of Mana, mana tree burns down. Third game, Seiken Densetsu 3, mana tree burns down. Fourth game, mana tree comes back. Fifth game, mana tree burns down. Like, all of them involve the destruction of mana, because it's like a Chekhov's gun thing, you know? It's like you introduce this benevolent force, which is supposed to be, you know, the most precious and sacred thing that's holding the world together. Well, the most powerful way the villain can interact with that is to destroy it. You know, that's the most effective thing that they can do. And so just about every dang game involves this huge sacrifice at some point where something you strongly care about in the game gets destroyed. And it can be a bummer. It can be a tremendous bummer. But, you know, the thing about games from back then, and this is something that I've complained about for a while, is that I think older games did a better job of... is it too loud for y'all? It sounds really loud for me. Let me know if the audio is too loud, or if you can't hear it. It may just be loud on my end. Like, older games, I think, did a better job of determining how long to, like, hang on to tragedy. Like, they had... I had a chicken wrap for lunch and I ate it in front of the birds. Because you were a monster, Darkman. Also, hi, how you doing? Still flexing on birds, I see. I hope your chicken wrap was good. What was I saying? Yeah, I feel like older games understood how long to dwell on tragedy in a way that for a while there modern games seem to not understand. Like, as games became more capable of, like, cinematic elements, I think a lot of game developers really pushed towards, it's like, well, we can make people cry, so let's make people cry. And it was kind of a bummer for me, because I'm a person that, like, I empathize super strongly with characters and stories. And so having them go through, like, intense tragedy wasn't, like, cathartic to me. It just kind of made me not want to engage, which is probably not what they were going for, but that was in effect what wound up happening for me. And that's part of the reason why I like older games, is that even though they've got dramatic elements and, like, strong storyline beats, they don't really, like, drag you through the mud about it. I don't know. Difference of opinion. You know, you can like whatever you like. Lupin the other day was accusing me of being someone who doesn't like anything heavy or tragic. She's right. You know, it's like, yeah, it's fair. I don't like heavy tragic media. Song is really good. What is this? What is this song? Oh, this is the final boss theme from the remake. For you, it depends. Yeah, I think that's a healthier way to be about it. Like, I think probably my decision to, like, withhold myself from a lot of tragedy has kind of emotionally stunted me to the point where, like, nowadays I'm not quite as capable of handling things as people my age would normally be able to. So I think probably it's important to embrace that at times, but I don't wanna. This is what it comes down to. I don't wanna, so I don't. Cried over the ending to Secret of Mana. Yeah, well. Again, I mean, that means that it mattered to you, right? That means that the game got through to you, it mattered, it felt like something. Carl! 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 You know, if the game gets through to you and it matters, that's great. It's just that, like, for me, with a lot of those sorts of things, it just, like, sticks with me. Like, I'll feel bad for, like, days. I've seen this happen to me multiple times where, like, I'll go through some game or some story and I'll feel terrible for days. So I've just come to accept that it's like, nah, not for me. Not for me. My life has enough tragedy. I don't need to introduce it into my entertainment. Into my escapist entertainment. But again, to each their own. I do think Secret of Mana is a good one, though. Well, here's another question for you, since, Jimmy, you said you played Secret of Mana, and Hot Dog, you also mentioned it. Did either of you play the remake that came out several years back? I was not actually that impressed with the remake. It was very faithful in a lot of ways, which I liked, and the voice acting and stuff was done well, but it had a couple of problems with the way, like, hot dogs. Hot dogs? Did I mention hot dogs? Oh, hot dog sweet. Oh, yeah. Hot dog sweet is a chatter. Sorry, yes. Completely threw me off, Darkman. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it had a couple of issues with, like, I've not played Secret of Mana since it was contemporary. You should try it again. That's what I would say to you, Hot Dog Sweet. I would say give it another shot. I actually watched my own playthrough of Secret of Mana recently, and it really reminded me how great that is. The OG, the original one, for the Super Nintendo. It's on my VOD channel if you're interested in checking it out. It was a fun time. I really like that game. It's just kind of like I don't know. It's just so good. Such a good game. Okay, so the remake. How do I put this? It does have positives. There's a lot about it that is positive. It's very faithful to the original in terms of its structure and the dialogue. It was made in mobile and ported to the PS4, which means a lot of things about it look cheap. There's this kind of what I would describe as a PSP look to it, where it's especially bad. It doesn't have a mobile interface if you play it on, like, PS4, but it has the level of, like, visual fidelity of a game that would be released on a cell phone. So, take for example. No, I don't need that. Wrong thing. It does. I think there's a. Yeah, it's handheld, or you can get a handheld version. I played it on. I played it on PS4, but yeah, it's especially bad for, like, when they do close-ups on the characters. You can see that, like, the character models look excellent, but, like, all of the stuff in the environment looks so dang cheap. Like, it just looks garbagey by comparison. And actually, the same thing is true, I would say, of like a strong thing there. The same thing is true of Trials of Mana. Like the Trials of Mana remake, up close, everything looks so bad. And part of the reason for that is because of the standard camera angle. Like, what you'll find with a lot of video games is that since most of the time the player is viewing things from a distance, they don't put that much effort into the sort of close-ups on like tables and chairs and stuff like that. And so when the game requires you to like actually zoom in, all of a sudden you can see like how awful things are. Like the example that I always go back to is Atelier Sophie. That was the Alchemist of the Mysterious Book, I think. For PS4 or 5, one of those two. That was a game that like anytime they had to zoom in, like everything looked so chunky. It's like the characters would look current generation. The environments would look like they were made on the N64. Like it was that level of like, this looks like garbage up close. And I would say both the Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana remakes had the same problem. Like once you got close to things, you were like, can we back away again? Can we see this from further away? It's kind of ugly. And again, one chicken's opinion. But yeah, it definitely could have looked better. But what I was saying is that part of the reason for that is the space. Like, if they made the objects fit the scale of the characters, everything would feel claustrophobic. So rooms are much like bigger, and objects in those rooms are much bigger to make it feel more open. It's just kind of like a game design thing. So I mean, I get where it comes from. I still think it looks ugly though. So I would still play the originals if it were up to me. But again, I also like sprite games. Or janky old games, as Lupin was saying the other day. Me. Lupin was teasing me on Robo's stream the other day about how I like janky old games. Me. Just kidding, Lupin. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for it. Another major problem with the remake was I like retro, but as I get older, it will become vintage old man feels. I mean, if it's what you like, it's what you like. Like, I still like the Super Nintendo. It's my favorite system. I love playing games for it. They don't get old to me. Don't play the same song twice. What are you doing, thing? That's so random, right? Okay, yeah. I don't know why I played the same thing twice. What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, if it's what you like, it's what you like. Just, there's nothing to be ashamed about with that. Unless, of course, someone calls it janky and old, Lupin. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's good to know what you like. And as long as you try new things as well, there's nothing wrong with going back to what is familiar or that you're fond of, I don't think. I still try out new games now and then. Like I was playing Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince last night, and it was pretty fun too. Although again, it had the same problem. It had that same issue that when you get close to things, they started to look ugly. Like the actual character models look fantastic, but anytime there was a sequence where they had to bring the camera in close, you're like, everything looks awful up close. Why does everything look so bad up close? It's just, I guess it's just the way games are made. I don't know. This is looking really silly. Let's see. Let me see what it would look like with a dark background as well. It's It's really funny. I like this thing. So, I don't know. I try not to have any shame about the fact that I like older games because, you know, I like them, and there you go. Alright, so let's try this with just Shine for now. Let's see how it looks with just Shine. Almost like an evil mad scientist. Well, as long as it conveys big brain, that's the goal. We want big brain. Big brain. Flip the switch. Yes, Master. Yes. Of course. Of course, Master. Yes. They all laughed at me. Then I shall teach them. I will show them my ways. Yeah, I think I like that better than the spirals. The spirals kind of give too much of a hypnotism vibe. All right, let me do the outlines. So this is something that I learned from a steam train, actually. Like not a train. I mean like the old Game Grumps show Steam Train. Way back when there was a Steam Train series about Pokemon Art Academy, and in it, at one point they were talking about the value of coloring the outlines rather than just always making them black, because up to that point, anytime I made an illustration, I would always just leave the outline black. And when you color the outlines, it kind of softens things a little bit, but it also makes things feel grounded in a lot of ways. And so I like to try to use colored outlines where I can. That's not supposed to be like that. Hang on. Okay. It's especially effective for things that are supposed to be like effects. Like take these little like lightning things. With this heavy black outline, it kind of it looks a little strange. But if I use a very light like a light color like that, it still is like a solid looking object, but it's not like, it doesn't look as strange when you do it this way, in my opinion. You know, you do what you want, but that is my opinion. And you get to keep that kind of lightning-y look without losing the outline to kind of ground the lightning. This song. So this song is from Legend of Mana. Again, audio check. Y'all can hear the background music, right? I want you to be able to hear the background music without it being overwhelming. Yeah, this song is the finale song from one of the 3 potential storylines of Legend of Mana, namely the Jumi one. And I believe the song is just called Teardrop Crystal, but it's an interesting song because like you can hear how it has kind of like a pseudo hopeful feel to it, without trying to give too much away about Legend of Mana, because I am playing it slowly, and eventually we will get to the Teardrop Crystal episode. But there is a very significant sacrifice at the end of that story, and this song, I think, what is that face, Dark Man? It's freaking me out. What is that? I don't like that. It's creepy. Broke back? I'm not so sure about that one. It's freaking me out, man. It's a free emote. Don't use it again, okay? It's really upsetting. Doggone it, man. You completely threw me off. I don't even know what I was talking about before. I guess end of conversation. I like that one. You can use that one as much as you want. I like the Maraca cat. Completely down with Maraca cat. There we go. Big brain. That's pretty cute. I like that. Nice. All right. I'll save it. Save as... where do I keep them? Do I keep my notes? Here. Yeah, here we go. Big brain. Mo big brain. Yes. It's really silly looking. Alright, let's see how it will look with in Discord. Open the Discord here. Drag this over here. Settings. Emoji. Pop up here. Oops. There it is. Big brain. All right, well, if you are a part of my Discord server, you now have access to me with a very large brain. Awesome. All right. Let's do more. Oh yeah, there's a Discord. If you it's officially big brain time in the server. If you subscribe to my YouTube or subscribe here, you get access to it. Just link your Twitch and your Discord, and you should be able to join us. And it's a good time. It's the easiest way to get my stream emotes or my stream notifications too. Okay, let's do an animated one. Editing to let's go. Okay. Oh, that's huge. Okay, that's Piskel. All right. Need some sauce to go with these wings. see here. I want to make this bigger, but not full screen. Bigger. Bigger. No. Huh? I want it full screen. Doggone it, it's just making the space bigger. Don't do that. Yeah, whatever. Oh no, now it's too big. Zoom back. No. Full. No. Full. Oh my gosh. No. This? Ah! It's going terribly. This size preview? Full size preview? We're just gonna close it. We're just gonna close it and reopen it. Okay. There we go. Oh, I lost y'all. Hang on. I lost y'all. Where is it? This. This. Okay. Yes. Cool. Okay. Alright, so I wanna do Maria laughing. First we need her head. Thing. Currently bald. I don't really like that. Her hair. Not wild about the idea of Maria going bald. Doesn't work as well with my. Let me switch screens. Switching screens. Give me moment. I am switching screens. Main screen. Display one. Yes. Okay. Done. Done. Okay. Yeah, it might be a little easier this way. You love how the pie emote shows up as a pumpkin pie here? That's kind of funny. Do you have a favorite pie? I don't really eat pie very much myself. Open up my screen, it's something else. It looks kind of like ramen. Okay. It's a good start. I need my this for this. Whoop. Then select like. There we go. Very simple animation there. It's a little jarring watching her go vanilla like it. Chocolate cream pie is your favorite? Yeah, I don't know what my favorite pie would be. I'm usually more of a cake guy, personally. Let's see. Oh, you like the song? This is the song for when you're flying as Flammy. Oh, oops. Hang on. Undo that. She's getting something weird with her hair. Do you think I should give her this laugh, or like one of those like oh kind of laughs where you like the rich girl from anime like covers her mouth and she's going like oh, which would be funnier, I wonder. This is more in line with her personality, but that other one might be sillier. Do that? Go for that one? Okay. Alright, let's get rid of these. Alright, we're gonna do that, we gotta give her scorn. Doggone it. My onion skin. Where's my onion skin? Oh, here we go. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, what happened there? Oh. Okay. Don't do that. Quick one. Recumbent bike ho! Welcome back, Eden. I hope you enjoyed your exercising. I hope you are sufficiently buff now. So swole. How can this be improved? Well, let's start by coloring it. Then I can start to think about other ways we can make it funny. Maybe if we delay the hand motion, that might get a little bit more. Nope, not that. Just like this. Taznica. What we're listening to right now is the Republic of Taznica from Secret of Mana. They were kind of supposed to be the good guys, but like they never did anything. It's one of those things where it's like, what's his face? Gemma kept showing up throughout the whole game. And he was just sort of like, don't worry, I'm helping you behind the scenes. And he just never did anything. I was like, are you really helping me? It sure seems that you're not doing anything. He wanted to sniff the pedal. Oh, kicked my cat in the face on accident. Oh, poor kitty. Poor kitty. Always takes longer to do Maria than it does Mo. She has a lot more colors to her. Can I select things? Select. Copy. Paste. Paste. Oh, this works. Okay. Paste. Paste. Awesome. Okay, that made that easier. Rites of Chaos is what I named this song. I really like it. It's the slowly going crazy song from Secret of Mana. A really cool song. So yeah, this is how I make animated. This is how I make animated sprites. Just takes a while. It's fun though. I honestly do recommend making sprites. It's just a good time. What are y'all doing out there? What cool stuff are you getting up to tonight? By all means, tell me. I'm curious. Oh. Let's see. So now I need her skin color. Maria has darkish skin. That's about pretty good. I'm gonna actually be happy to have a animated Maria sprite, because I should have made one a long time ago. Yeah, this is a good opportunity. Good opportunity. Just on a bike to nowhere. You're not on a bike to nowhere, you're on a bike to health. You're a health-conscious individual. It's a great place to be. I didn't really manage to get much exercise today, so I am envious. Then I give her a shirt color. Actually, give her about that color. Maybe I'll give her a lighten up her skin a little bit here. It's kind of desaturated. I hope this is entertaining for y'all. This is just sort of a way for me to wind down after my exciting day, so hopefully it's entertaining. Just to see a little behind the scenes how the sausage is made in terms of me making assets and such. Oh, if you didn't see it, I made a I could share that, I guess. I made a very fun thumbnail recently. I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. Let's see. Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that great? It's me as Godzilla punching Varan in the face. This is gonna be for a series that comes out after probably the next thing that's gonna finish is Deja Vu 2. So this series has actually been completely recorded already. So it'll be ready to go once Deja Vu 2 finishes. But I just really love the idea of me punching Varan in the face. Look at it, look at his dumb face. Oh. Well, yeah. Well, thank you. This is actually. I mean, I didn't make this. This is the logo from the game. So I just got the actual logo, but it looks good, right? It's a nice looking logo. Also, since you weren't here when I was working on Eden, this is the emote we made. It's available on the Discord, so you can have big brain Mo if you want it. All right, back to Maria. Oh, also, you might see her over here. I've been working on some new costumes for Maria. This is the, what do you call it? The Blue Mage costume. So, like, I've got this, I think I've told y'all about this before. I've had this idea for, like, a video game where it's like an RPG that has a series of, like, character classes that are based around colors. I call the game Chromacaster, and each of the different colors has like a different type of magic. So blue magic is like healing magic, so she's kind of she has kind of like a healing-y sort of costume. And then like red magic is like offensive magic, like traditional like fireballs and stuff. And then yellow magic is like barrier and like defensive magic. And then you have like orange magic, which is a combination of red and yellow. So it's like it can do damage, but it's also focused on sort of like barriers and like controlling barriers, like destroying barriers or changing barriers, that kind of thing. And you have like blue and red for violet or for purple magic, which is sort of like it's an aggressive type of magic that focuses on like drain spells and like things that like can like extract energy from things. And then you have green magic, which is sort of like a heavily defensive magic that focuses on like health, and it's all about status ailments. And so I've had this idea for years, and I've gone around and around and around on it. And I started doing new costumes, and this is the blue one, and then that's the red one. It's very hetero. I understand that, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So I'm gonna continue doing them. I'm gonna work on yellow next. Actually, depending on how long it takes for me to finish this little laughing sprite, I might make the I might get started on the yellow one, so y'all can see that if you're interested. But yeah, I'm always working on something. Driving myself crazy, working on too much. All right, so let's start coloring the outlines. Dark. Okay. Actually, y'all are the first people to see this version because I was afraid to share it. Like I was gonna put it on like the Brutal Moose Discord, but I was afraid people were gonna make fun of me for it. So I didn't do it. I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe I should keep this one to myself. But you get special privileges because you came out to this dumb stream I'm doing on a Monday. Let's see. All right. Let's see something like that. I gotta find all the places where I need to color this in. And keep in mind, I do still, at least for now, I do still plan to stream tomorrow. So this isn't taking the place of the stream tomorrow. I was just in a good mood, so I wanted to stream tonight. We'll probably be back on Mario tomorrow. Since we did not do Mario last Thursday, we might do it tomorrow. Although I will admit, I'm still pretty interested in playing more Soul Blazer because I am really having fun revisiting that game. So there you go. Hopefully y'all are enjoying it. I hope that there's some people that are like seeing it for the first time and are like, "Oh, this game looks pretty cool," because it is pretty cool. It's a really neat game. And as I mentioned before, it's a game that's very much like overshadowed by the other games in the series. And so I feel like you don't hear as much about Soul Blazer as you do about the other games in the Soul Blazer trilogy. Well, trilogy, quadrology, quintilogy, I'm not really sure. The Soul Blazer games. This up here with the music that's playing is really like, it's putting me on edge. Da, 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 da. That's okay, not a problem. I mean, as always, they go up on my YouTube channel, so if you ever miss anything, go check them out there. That's what VODs are for. I mean, I'm constantly catching VODs from things I didn't get to go to, so I totally get it. Like that's why I started a VOD, or I have VODs on my channel, is because I'm one of those people that often misses streams. So if you are interested enough in my work and you want to catch it, I want to make sure you have the opportunity to do so. So you got something cool going on for you tomorrow, Hot Dog, or just time won't line up? Hopefully it's something cool. It's always cool when it's something cool. No. I messed it up. That. Dark. Tomorrow hanging out with you, GF. Nice. Congratulations on having a GF. I haven't had one of those in years. I hope you all have fun. Tootling Around is a very cute title for an art stream when you're a chicken. Thank you. Also, welcome, Fosby. I'm making emotes. Too much. Get your nails done at 6 p.m. and that takes about an hour, so 7:30. On the bike watching me. Nice. It's great to hear that you're getting so much exercise, Eden. That's wonderful. Wish I was so regular. Yeah, you know, I love making emotes too. Emotes are so much fun. Like, just being able to, like, it's like a mental exercise to figure out how to convey certain things in, like, a really small space. And it gives you a lot of opportunity to, like, try to make things, like, really exaggerated and fun. I don't know, I really enjoy making emotes. The problem is that, you know, you gotta have viewers to get to use them on Twitch. At least I can use them on Discord. That's what I say. Oh, speaking of, since I mentioned it, if anybody doesn't know, I do have a subscriber Discord. All you have to do is link your Twitch and Discord, and you should have access to it immediately. And then you can come and talk to us, and you will get my stream alerts. That's the easiest way to get in touch with me about stream alerts, because I do not use Twitter or X or any other form of social media. I pretty much just use Discord. That's about the only social media I use. Oh, this is a cool version of this song. Social media is a trap. I mean, that's what I've learned about it. Like, over the years, listening to people talking about social media, they always sound like they really don't want to be there. They're like, I gotta get off social media. I hate social media. And I'm like, just do it then. Stop using it. And then like, no, I can't do it. It's like, it just makes me feel bad. It feels like this massive affliction that so many people are mired in. And I'm like, I'm sorry. You don't need it. You can survive without it. Like, I live, my life is just fine without social media, but it's a weird sort of addiction. It's not one that I ever wanted to be involved with. This is a cool version of this song. What's going on with her hair? Hang on. What's going on here? Oh, okay. This is an awesome version of this song, dude. When does this play in? When does this play in that game? So this is from Secret of Mana Remake. It's one of the boss fights. I can't think about what it is. Glad to have you here, Fuzzy. Still appreciate how many people came out the other day from Robo's side. I was like, oh, thank y'all. Really appreciate that. Okay, I see a couple of little issues. Let's go through these. let's see, what else has been going on? Did I tell y'all that I've been playing Trek for Super Nintendo as well? That's a fun game. That's also made by Quintet, the same people who made Soul Blazer. It's a pretty fun game about like this little boy who goes on a quest with he's like an inventor, and he builds his own robots and he fights like crime. And the original Japanese name of the game is Slapstick, and so that kind of gives you an idea of how seriously it takes itself. And so it's a really like silly game throughout, and it's fun. It's a wonderful little game. I think I'm about halfway through. But it is a game that's like can be like really hard at times, unfortunately. Like there's some fights where you're just like, why is this so difficult? Like why? Like I'm doing fine against the regular enemies. Why is this one fight so hard? It does happen every once in a while at it, but for the most part, it's pretty reasonable. You hear build robots in the end. Yeah, you know, I do love building robots. Like one of the first 3D printed robot models I made was the robot from Trek. I can show y'all, I guess. Let's see. Let's see here. Put this in. Printing. Profiles. Robots. Trek. It's the most recent one, number 5. Thinking about it. Come on. Those are just the legs. Let's see. Where are the rest of it, please? Torso. Left arm. I don't know why it's turned off in some places. Yeah, there he is. It's kind of funny looking, right? And he's got like guns and like a backpack, and yeah, and like I printed this one out, and like the arms move, the legs move, the head moves. The backpack has a little part that opens up to fire missiles. And truth be told, this is actually a pretty old an old robot in terms of like the stuff I've made. I'll show you a more recent robot model that I've made. Let's see, where's the column? Column mark 1? There we go. So this is from Front Mission. Actually, this is not finished. But yeah, I love making robot toys. I think it's fun. I 3D print them and like paint them and all that. It is a good time. Anyway, Trek though. Yeah. Let's see. Trek. It's an SNES game. Go check it out. It's a good time. All right, back to Mario. Alright, so I gotta figure out where all the stray pixels are, so... This song is so silly sounding. Hey, Cyber. What did you miss? You missed me making a big brain Mo emote. Big brain. And now I'm working on a Maria laughing one. Yeah, it's a fun game. I really do recommend it. It's one of those games that like the design is really nice too. It's like it's a very I don't know. It's just like it's a friendly sort of game. It's got a lot of positives. Again, the only downside is that every once in a while the difficulty jumps like unexpectedly, and you're like, oh, why is this fight so hard? But for the most part, it's very doable. All right, what's going on? Let's see. Let's see, this is a stray pixel. Get rid of this. Straight pixel. That. There are definitely some songs that I wish had kind of stuck around as like the theme for the Mana series. This is one of them. I really wish that the Secret of Mana theme had like stuck around as like the de facto like theme of the series, because it's so good. It's such a pretty song. Okay, let me start adding some a little bit of shading to her. Boop. The shading will help a bit with making her look a little less strange as she laughs. Like, one of the coolest things in Stone of Mana is the fact that, like, they do use the Secret of Mana theme every once in a while, and it just feels so cool when they do. It's like, oh, I know this song. Oh, this is probably a Sword of Mana song. You know how I was talking earlier about how, like, older games wouldn't, like, drag you through the mud emotionally as much? Well, if you've ever played Sword of Mana from on the Game Boy Advance, you might be aware that that game is so depressing. Like, it's just a game full of tragic, sad endings and despair. And I don't know why. Like, I've played what's the game called? Final Fantasy Adventure, the original game that it was based on. Yeah, Final Fantasy Adventure has like tragic moments, but they don't make you feel like garbage about them. You know, it's like I don't understand the mindset of make your player feel miserable. But I guess for some people that's like how they connect to the game, or you know, they don't empathize as much. Like, one idea I've had before is that maybe the reason that there were a lot of like really extreme events in older games is because there was a limit to what they could do to like make people feel like in Final Fantasy Legend for the Game Boy. There's a part where like a character sacrifices themselves by like running into like a nuclear reactor, basically. Like they're trying to stop a nuclear reaction, and this guy's like, it's like, never forget my sacrifice, and he like runs into the reactor. And in game, it's just his sprite switches from like the alive sprite to the dead sprite. But like, I mean, that's a pretty dramatic moment. And I feel like they probably did that because they're like, we got to make you feel like this is important. So we're going to like do something really dramatic here. We're going to have this character like sacrifice himself in the name of saving the day. And it just kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird how like they just I don't know, they were able to handle it better back then. I think like that was also something. There was a game called I Am Setsuna that came out a few years back, and I remember when it was coming out, there were like interviews where the developers were talking about how they wanted it to feel like an authentic 16-bit game. And they said, what do we remember the most from the 16-bit era? And they said, the thing that our team remembered the most from the 16-bit era was how tragic all of the games were. And I remember thinking something, were they? Were games tragic back then? I didn't get that impression. And I think they just handled it better back then. It just wasn't as like miserable. It wasn't as miserable in the past. But to each their own. I'm sure a lot of people would be like, oh, it's so much better now that like we're able to tell a story with more emotional content. You know? I mean, like there were sad things happened in older games, but like I don't remember thinking that like I mentioned it earlier in the stream. Like I'm very susceptible to like tragedy and stuff in games, and like I wasn't like Hubert is pretty emotional. That's true. He does drop a lot of F-bombs. He gets very upset constantly. Anger's emotion, yeah. I don't know. Just thinking. Just differences of opinion, I suppose. This is such a good like sleeping song. Like this is the sleeping song from Man curses God, jumps from block into oblivion. What was I saying? I don't know if I can find a swirl character, so that's the best you can do. Yeah, there's a word for that. That like the stand-in for cursing, where it's just like a bunch of random characters. I can't remember what it is. It's not greeble. Greeble is a word that means when when you're making like a toy model, and you want to add like things that kind of look like want to kind of give it texture. That's greebling. I can't remember what the word is for when you want to add do that weird like curse word thing. There is a word for it though. Can't think of what it is though. Grolix! Yeah, that's it. Grolix. Thank you. I couldn't remember what was called. Google didn't lie to you. Yay! Good old John Google. Good old Googs. Ooh. Get a little sleepy. The Googster! Bro, let's go talk to the Googster! He knows everything! Yo, Googs! What's happening, dude? He's like, is that an official search? I was like, Googs, you're always trying to tell us new things. He's like, that's correct. That's my job. I do that every day. Actually, do you think the Googster would be like a person that like hates having people ask him questions? He's like, guys, this is I do this every day at work. I don't want to do it here. Come on. Come on. Every day I have to tell people. Oh, no. Don't do that. Every day people are looking up the stupidest things. Please don't make me do that in my off time. The Googs! Apparently Wikipedia substitutes the swirl with the @ symbol. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the whole point of Grolix is that you need to be able to type it out, so it makes sense that they would use that. Actually, it kind of makes me surprised that... Oh, that's weird. That a swirl was used at all. Man, listening to this makes me want to play Stone of Mana. Would y'all like to see Stone of Mana sometime? I'd play the SNES one. I wouldn't play like the remake. I really didn't like the remake very much. Well, let me amend that. I liked the full remake. I didn't really like the re-release very much. Oh, so you got all kinds of weird stray pixels here. Yes? Okay. There you go. Good to know. I'm glad y'all put up with my wanting to play all these Super Nintendo games, just because I don't know, man. Super Nintendo's just special to me. It's my favorite. It continues to be my favorite. SNES has so many good games. It's one of those systems that's incredible in that let's see, on old 8-bit hardware it was super easy to edit the characters in memory. It's basically how sprites were constructed. Huh. So like you're saying that rather than like sprite sheets and like referencing individual cells, they would actually just deform the things actively? That's an interesting idea. I learned a little bit about sprite deformation and how sprites are drawn from the sketch glitch in what do you call it? The sketch glitch in Final Fantasy 3/6. Nope, not that. Because the reason that happens in that game is that the game can't figure out what you're trying to get it to draw. No. I once watched a couple of videos on how they made letters and numbers on 8x8 grids. It's fascinating to see how the typeface that came. Yeah. So interesting thing about the way typefaces are made. If you have ever heard of monospace versus if you've ever heard of a monospace typeface, what that refers to is a typeface where all of the letters have the same width. So there's a term in graphic design called M space, and what it refers to is, or an M, just EM. What it refers to is the width of an M, which is the widest letter in the alphabet. In a monospace typeface, all letters have the same M space, whereas a is it adaptive? I should really know this. The other one, the kerning between the individual letters changes based on the letter. So, for example, a letter I has a much narrower M space than a letter M. You are correct. An M dash is the length of an M. So adaptive typefaces are more commonly used in Western language. However, with Japanese language, all letters are the same width. All the characters have the same M space, which means a lot of old games use monospace typefaces because the coding was already there in Japanese games. And so you would wind up with situations where it was like a huge technological advancement to see games that had variable width. That's what it's called, variable width typefaces. This is the ending song from Secret of Mana, I believe. Yes, this is the... Oh, no, that's the ending song for Stone of Mana. Never mind. And so, Jimmy, I think you were talking about it before. You mentioned that the typeface in Soul Blazer looked like the typeface for Illusion of Gaia. That's because they are both fixed width or monospace typefaces. Whereas if you look at Earthbound's text, one of the major advancements that they made for Earthbound to make it stand out is that they actually used a variable width font. And so it looks more natural than a lot of games of the time. And I could continue to talk about this for a while, but I'll get back to work. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing, and it also shows up in weird places. So if you've ever played, well, that's true too. I mean, they were both developed by Quintet, so it was pretty common to use, that same typeface. In what was I saying? What was I saying? Shoot. What was I saying? It was something that I wanted to go off on. My chicken brain forgot. Oh no. Fudge! I had something else to say and I forgot what it was. Fun fact, the iconic arcade font first got used in 1976 on the Atari game quiz show. That's neat. That is a fun fact. I like that kind of thing. Speaking of interesting, like, I guess that sort of discussion, I've mentioned him before. There is an excellent YouTuber by the name of Ahoy, Ahoy. One of the first videos of his that I watched is called Polybius, the game that doesn't exist. If you have any interest in like game history and sort of like rigor in terms of trying to track things down, I would really recommend checking out that video. Oh, really? You remember Ahoy from your COD days? Yes, he used to do those sorts of videos. He used to do videos on guns from like Titanfall and stuff. His videos are spectacular. The only downside, of course, is that they take forever to come out. But his video on like Polybius was so interesting because he goes into stuff like trying to figure out what typefaces were used and like who could possibly have been the manufacturer. It's fascinating. Go watch it. It is like an hour long, so you are gonna have to sit down for a while, but it's worth it, man. I love that video. That's such a good video. Just really cool stuff. Ding, ding, beep, beep. Onion skin on. Activate onion skin. Oops. Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. Wikipedia lists Polybius as an urban legend. I mean, that is the conclusion he comes to too, is that it does not exist. It never existed. But like the lengths he took to get to that point are genuinely impressive. Like just the effort involved with trying to track down, like trying to follow it to its source, all of that stuff. Oh, it's such a good video. Such a good video. I really admire, I admire the effort involved, you know? So, go watch it. Not right now. Finish watching my video, my stream, but then go watch it. Then go watch Polybius, because it's really good. Not that. Oh, I'm so happy that work situation was solved. Look at her laughing up here. Let's see. Let me give her hair some shine. Hey, Jesse J. Jones! Welcome, welcome! Good to see you. I like people coming out when I feel bad that people are coming out for a stream where I'm just like making emotes, but You know, cool. It's always nice to see new people. Welcome. I am doing some pixel art. Yes, I was making an animated emote. I made a regular emote earlier. I will show you. This is me with a big brain. Big brain. um. So this is available on my Discord because unfortunately I don't have any emote slots available right now. I always like the art streams. They're fun to work along with. Ooh, does that mean that you are also working right now? What are you working on? This animation actually fits really well with the song right now. Oops. That. Ah, thank you for the bubbles. Her hair is always shiny. She takes very good care of her hair. Important to have shiny hair. Oh, okay. Trying to decide if I want to add like a ho ho ho. So I'm gonna shop vibes. It was shop music. No, that was the song for writing Flammy from Stone of Mana. Alright, stop for a sec. Stop for a sec. Nope. Is this a character of mine? Or are they from something? This is a character of mine. This is Maria. She is the assistant on my show. This is also, well, let's see. Switch it up. I didn't get a picture of her. That's her. Normally she has purple hair. And yes, Mo and Maria are kind of my mascots, I guess you could say. cute. I think she's very cute too. Oops, hang on. I'll do that. This is a little trick I started doing just recently where, so I can keep track of what frame I'm on. I'll put like a thing that cycles in the corner. Otherwise, I get very confused about which frame I'm on. I don't know. Do we need the ho ho ho? Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. What do y'all think? Do you think the ho ho is adding anything, or do you think it was better without? Po po po. You like the ho ho? Okay. You think she has the ho 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 attitude without the text? What? Oh, Kefka was like poo foo hua ha hua or something. His like the apparently his official like in the English version it's just but like in the Japanese one it was something weird. It was like poo foo hua hua hua. It was very odd if I remember correctly. What is the let's see, what is the Japanese character for foo? Let's see, Google hiragana chart. Alright, let's see. Foo. Oh, foo is complicated. What about in katakana? Katakana's pretty easy. Yeah, the flashing pixel in the top right is so I can figure out which frame I'm on. That will get removed. The ho 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 not translating well for me? Okay. Yeah, let's try removing it. I'm kind of not convinced I like it either. Well, let's see. How can I get rid of it? Get back. Undo. I don't think it's undoing. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Let's see if we can just do a little of this. Copy. Paste. Kind of work. Okay, that might work. Oh, I do need those. Okay. Have I saved recently? I have not. Thank you, Hoosh. Maria, ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Thanks, Hoosh. Song is cool. Yep. Oh, it's a good song too. I gotta get back to playing Legend of Mana. Like, if you don't know, I've been playing Legend of Mana for quite a while now on my regular channel, and I intentionally set that series up to go at like irregular times because I didn't want to like stress myself out too much. The song is cool, but the walk down was very close to Prices Right. The dun 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 dun. I guess I could hear that. Okay, so this is good. We got her laughing now. Let's add... You know what I could do? I could do some of these. Let's see. The Mana series is very good. The Mana series is really... We were talking about Secret of Mana earlier, and how good Secret of Mana is. Like, if you can find the time to play the Mana series, you should play the Mana series. Especially Legend of Mana. Legend of Mana is one of those games that, like, it deserves way more attention than it gets, I think. It's just such an amazing game. It kind of gives her a little bit of like, just a little bit of extra noise to indicate that like something's happening, so to speak. Let's see. All right, so I need to now duplicate everything. PS1 is no longer the only way to play it either. They did make a remake. It's not the best remake in the world. It's as good as we're gonna get. But it's still a pretty solid remake. And it gives you the opportunity to play a game that is otherwise really hard to come by. Actually, funny thing about Legend of Mana, when I was an undergraduate, I used to work as a receptionist at a what was the latest one? Are we on? Okay. At a landscape architecture department at my university, and I had a great rapport with my boss. Okay, so let me watch the thing. All right, let's see. But yeah, I remember one thing that was funny was that her son was really into video games, and when he found out I actually had a copy of Legend of Mana, he was so excited, and I actually wound up loaning it to him for a little while. And his mom was like so on edge because she was convinced he was somehow gonna break it, and she was gonna have to pay for this game that at the time was already rare, which I think is really funny. But I wasn't gonna complain about the kid. I mean, he liked a good game. I wanted him to be able to play it. Gotta have her blink. Blinking's important. Blinking is remarkably important when it comes to making like emotes and stuff. It's not too bad. What do y'all think? What kind of recommendations you have for this? Do you think I should make one more cycle so the blink isn't quite so common? I guess an important question. Can you tell she's supposed to be laughing? Like, does it look like she's scornfully laughing? That was kind of the goal. You can kind of tell she's laughing. Yeah. Kinda. Maybe cycle the blink to be less frequent. Okay. We'll give another cycle for it. Do you think maybe if I gave her more of a smile rather than a kind of oval, it would read more as laugh? Wait, what happened? Go down, go down, go down. Think a smile would work better? Okay, well, if we're gonna do a smile, let's get rid of a bunch of these then. Okay. Dot. Okay. Okay. You feel like faster would seem more like laughter. Her closed eyes curved. Well, we want to get this impression that she's sort of like laughing, the classic like oh, 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 oh kind of laugh from like the rich girl from an anime, that kind of thing. That's why she has like those kind of thoughts. Oh, if she was looking the other way, that could be funny. Oh, this song is so cool. Yeah, like Nanami. That's sort of what I was going for. Nanami is a perfect example of that kind of character. Yeah, it definitely reads more as a laugh with the with that. All right, well let's try out. Let's see. Let's save first. Save, and then let's try having her look the other direction. Oh, too much. She looks a little crazy right now. Just looking all over the place. This is honestly pretty fun to do with an audience. So yeah, we might do more of these. I might try and make more streams where I just do like emotes and stuff on air. Because again, as always, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm going to be making something that y'all are going to be, you know, putting out money to actually get, I want to make sure you want it. It's like, I want to make sure you can use it. So. Not blinking yet, so let's bump those up. Nope. Okay, how's that? Does that read more like laugh now? Wonderful. Excellent, excellent. Smug is kind of what I was going for, so that's real good. All right, well then let's add in the blink. What hang on. Dot dot dot. There we go. And thank y'all for your advice. I appreciate it. It's again, it's nice to kind of get like groupthink on this and find, because like, you know, like when you're working on stuff for yourself, you know, sometimes you can be like, yeah, of course it looks good, and then you show it to someone and they're like, what were you thinking? And I was like, well, it looked good in my head. So I appreciate the feedback. Actually, I guess I might as well go ahead and plug this while I'm copying things over. If you are interested in seeing an animation that I finished recently, I finished a Game Grumps animated not too terribly long ago. It's a short. It's available on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's just a silly little thing about when they were naming monsters in Pokemon. And it's a good time. Yeah. It's actually the third Game Grumps animated I've ever done. One of them was picked up. They've only offered to pick up one of them, unfortunately. But I've sent them an email. I've sent them this one in an email, and I don't know. Maybe they'll pick it up. We'll see. But it's a good time. Just a dumb little thing about one of my favorite sequences during their Pokemon Fire Red playthrough, where Dan was like half asleep and Aaron was trying to get him to like continue to do things. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate that. The Fire Red playthrough is so good. I really wish they'd played more of it. Alright, let's see. I think I got a frame wrong. Let's see. Yeah, something's wrong. Let's see. Alright, 6. Dot, 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 dot. That's right. Dot, 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 dot. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so we are on dark green right now. Or we're on this one. Yeah, I've made like a bunch of them. I made one about the first one I made was a Phoenix Wright one, and then the second one I made was just bizarre. The second one I made was about cats pooping. It's very strange, but it's super fun. All right, let's have her blink right about here. And both of them are all three of them are on my channel. So if you want to see all three of them, they're all on my channel. And I can link them in the Discord if anyone. Well, I can link them here if you want to see them. Let's see. Let me just there real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's just watch it. Let's watch my own content. That's self-indulgent, right? Let's just watch my own content. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the first one I did.
Edgeworth, tell me what happened.
Why should I? What are you going to do about it with that big honking dick of yours?
That big swinging meat sausage.
Dad, we're gonna help you, that's what. Help me? You? Don't be ridiculous. There's only one way you can help me. And that's with that jackhammer sausage of yours. You're a novice. You've only been in 3 trials.
Hey.
Sure, you got lucky and won all 3. But your luck's bound to run out someday. You will need real skill, right? Experience. A mouth that goes on for days.
I can help you.
Nick, he's insulting you. Nick! Why am I always the one who has to get angry?
Because I'm a husk.
Get her out of here.
She's standing in the way of looking into those luscious eyes. The murder took place at Gourd Lake, right?
Yes, late last night.
The lake is a long way away from your offices in the courthouse. Why were you down there?
I was murdering someone. I see no need to tell you. Mr. Edgeworth? You didn't really... Gordy. Huh? I went to see Gordy. Gordy? What's that?
I'll tell you later.
It's a giant gourd.
Why won't Edgeworth talk to us?
It was on my Thanksgiving table in the Horn of Plenty.
Did you know that I am an attorney? Here is my badge.
So the big trick of that one is I wanted to take that really like explicit conversation where like Edgeworth was so clearly hitting on Phoenix and make it like as innocent as possible. And so like I tried to like come up with other like the big dick of yours. I used the fact that Gumshoe's name is Dick Gumshoe. I just put him in the background. The swinging meat sausage is just like an actual meat sausage. I was just trying to come up with as many ways as I could to like make it innocent. So that's the one that is actually on Game Grumps. This one is not, unfortunately. But...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
That's
Game
me.
Grumps presents FDS, the Feline Defecation Seminar.
Yeah, I always think about that whenever I see like a cat or a dog poo.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, man, they are so good at pooping, dude. They just fucking do it and they're done.
Mochi and Mimi are like machines. I've never seen anything like it. They, you know what? They just shit like old school printers. Done.
But like, I can't imagine being a cat and like fucking sitting in the litter box and just being like,
it's gotta be weird. Like, that's a weird situation. Especially dogs could care less, but cats are like, cats definitely have a sense of like demurity, about them. I don't think that's a word, but you know what I mean. Like where they kind of care what you think about them and how they come across. And so it must be weird for them to just poop and then it gets covered in sand and then just left there for days.
Well, it's interesting too because they like just have that impulse. It's like ingrained in their fucking skulls.
Yeah.
So if they just like accidentally poop somewhere else, they'll try to like cover it up when there's nothing there.
Yeah.
They'll just like fruitlessly like dig at the fucking tile of your floor. Just like, why isn't it? Why? I can still smell it.
The funniest thing to me was watching Ross cleaning his cat box the other day, and like he has this. It's kind of like a little shovel thing, but it's like it's got tines like a fork, so it like sifts out the poop. So he's like a 1940s gold miner, like panning for poo. I've got one. We'll be able to build a whole new life around this feces.
Anyway, I honestly think that's the better of the two. I kind of wish they would have picked it up. From what I understand, I made that one right when they were switching over to only taking shorts. So like nowadays they only as far as I know they only accept YouTube shorts for animations. And so they were like, we can't take this one because we only take shorts now. And so I recently made this one, which is a short.
Birders. Birders snurch. Birders.
Hold on. Birders. Yeah, Birdersner.
Birders. Hey, Birdersner.
I call him Birdersner for short.
You're looking good today.
Yep, there you go. I'm just gonna look at this too
I'm
because
never
this
gonna
one
finish
makes me
this
laugh.
stupid game. Unless
No, shut up. Not that one. Stop. I want to watch this one.
And now, the MoeChicken will attempt to beat the world record speedrunning time of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Let's watch.
All right, here we go. Time.
It was just such a dumb idea. I just came up with that in like the shower one day, and I thought it was hilarious.
Ugh,
This
I'm
is
never gonna
kind
finish
of a
this
Game Grumps
stupid game.
animated.
Unless
That's Aaron's voice.
Blank. 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 Blank.
This is based on a story that Dan told, where like he put in the Game Shark code that prevents you from dying from hazards, and he wound up getting himself stuck in a situation where he just now couldn't die and was stuck on the bottom of the ocean. All right, I'll stop show. Well, we're gonna watch this one too. I've only got 4. This is the one I did for
I remember
Ian.
sciencey shit in Avatar 1. They're like, we gotta make you blue, and he's like, I wanna be blue, and they're like, you can't be blue anymore, and he's like, but I'm blue. That's kind of how I remember the story to Avatar going. I remember that we need the unobtainium. You gotta get blue and get that unobtainium, dude.
Anyway, all right, enough. So yeah, animation's fun. I like doing animation. It's just it always takes forever. So, well, you know, guys, I think that this has turned out pretty well. This was a fun little stream for me. I had fun. Hope y'all enjoyed watching it. Well, I guess I could go ahead and finish her blinking. Like I said, still planning to stream tomorrow unless something comes up. So we'll be back on like regular stuff tomorrow. But yeah, I was in such a good mood after that crisis at work was averted. That I wanted to do something. So there we go, Maria ho ho ho. This will be available on my Discord now. So if you are part of my Discord, it'll be up. But that's all for tonight. I'm the MoeChicken. This has been me just drawing stuff. And it was a big brain move. Bye.